Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Shy, but you can call me Shadowcat as the channel name suggests, and today we're watching Big Fish. So this is another recommendation from one of you guys, so thank you so much. I'm looking forward to getting into it because you guys have not led me astray so far. As usual, this is another movie that I know very, very little about, so it should be fun to watch it unfold. I did see that it was Tim Burton, but I didn't read anything beyond that. I am familiar with the poster art. I don't know why, but I've definitely seen that around. But yeah, aside from knowing it's Tim Burton and seeing the poster art, I got nothing. I feel like it's a feel-good movie, but again, I don't know. All I know is that I don't want to hold off anymore. I just want to watch the movie, so let's get into Big Fish.
There are some fish that cannot be caught. It's not that they're faster or stronger than other fish. They're just touched by something extra. I didn't put any stock into such speculation or superstition. All I knew was I'd been trying to catch that fish since I was a boy no bigger than you.
If I have a kid and my kid somehow has straight hair, he's 100% getting a bowl cut.
But in doing so, I became the smartest catfish in the Ashton River. Did I want to deprive my son the chance to catch a fish like this?
I feel like everyone knows someone like this who has a story that they just love to tell over and over and over and over and over and over and over again.
I'm a footnote in that story, Dad. I'm the context for your great adventure, which never happened, incidentally. You were selling novelty products in Wichita the day I was born. For one night in your entire life, the universe did not revolve around Edward Bloom.
I'm sorry to embarrass you.
You're embarrassing yourself, Dad. You just don't see it.
Ooh. That's harsh.
After that night, I didn't speak to my father again for 3 years.
3 years. Damn.
When I'd call, my mom would say Dad was out driving or swimming in the pool.
Aww.
True to form, we never talked about not talking.
That's sad.
The truth is, I didn't see anything of myself in my father. And I don't think he saw anything of himself in me. In telling the story of my father's life, it's impossible to separate fact from fiction, the man from the myth. It doesn't always make sense, and most of it never happened. But that's what kind of story this is.
Yeah, I dig the concept. I like how it's going to be a mix of fact and fiction, and I think that that's just kind of how we tell stories in general.
It's bad.
It's more than they thought. They're gonna stop chemo.
Oh gosh.
You need to go.
Probably tonight.
Now, which one's it gonna be? Monkey in a barn or dog in a road?
The one about the witch. What's a gypsy? Your mama's a gypsy.
Your mama's a bitch.
You
Oh.
shouldn't swear there's ladies present.
That's rude.
I heard if you look right at it, you'll see how you're gonna die.
That's bull S-H-I-T, that is. She's not even a real witch. I'll go in right now and get that eye. Then do it. Fine, I will. Fine, you do it. Fine, I'm doing it.
Edward, don't.
I saw how I was gonna die. I was old and I fell. I wasn't old at all.
Given the option, would you guys like to see the way that you would die? I wouldn't be able to handle that kind of information.
Because everything else, you know you could survive.
I guess that's technically true.
I guess I'm saying, I'd like to know. Huh.
It's not going
That's
to
how
tell
I
us,
go.
huh? So is it even going to be the cancer that kills him? Just is very interesting that they chose us, that they chose not to show us.
Hi, Mom.
Having a kid changes everything. There's the diapers and the burping and the midnight feeding.
Did you do any of that?
No. But I hear it's terrible.
Oh gosh.
It's not my time yet. This is not how I go.
Really?
Okay.
Truly, I saw it in the eye.
Yeah. I wonder how he goes
Yeah,
then.
old lady by the swamp.
Dying is the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
I thought you said you weren't dying.
I said, this isn't how I go. The last part is much more unusual.
I can't wait to find out. Not that I like, you know, I'm excited for him to die, but I'd like to know how.
Dr. Bennett said I have to stay at home for a week.
Oh, that's nothing. Once I had to stay in bed for 3 years. Truth is, no one quite knew what was wrong. Most
he
times a
having a
person
growth
grows
spurt?
up gradually. Well, I found myself in a hurry.
Kept in a small bowl, the goldfish will remain small. With more space, the fish will grow double, triple, or quadruple its size.
It occurred to me then that perhaps the reason for my growth was that I was intended for larger things. After all, a giant man can't have an ordinary-sized life.
Whoa. Suburbia. That is like the most suburban strip I have ever seen in my life.
I was the biggest thing Ashton had ever seen. Until one day, a stranger arrived.
Has someone tried talking to him?
You can't reason with him. He's a monster.
I'll do it. My name is Edward Bloom, and I want to talk to you.
Go away.
I was not ready for that scare. Oh, God.
And truthfully, well, I do want you to leave, Carl, but I want to leave with you. I mean, you think this town is too small for you? Well, it's too small for a man of my ambition.
Edward Bloom, first son of Ashton. It's with a heavy heart that we see you go. But take with you this key to the city.
When I would see people get keys to the city in real life, I always assumed, when I was younger, I should preface this with saying that I always assumed that it was actually a key that could unlock literally every single door in a city. And I was like, how does that work? What are the logistics of crafting a key that can somehow open every lock? It was quite the mystery to me. And then I grew up and realized, oh, you can't do that. How anticlimactic.
I'll tell you what. You go the other way. I'll cut through here, and I'll meet you on the far side. Why, you son of a...
This is truly my biggest nightmare. I'm one of those annoying people that, like, when a single bee is in my vicinity, I freak out and flip tables and run away. And people are like, just like, it's not gonna bother you if you don't bother it. And I'm like, no. No. Oh. The grass looks too well maintained. No. You're freaking me out.
What's your name?
Edward Bloom?
Just seems a little bit
Bloom
too
like a flower?
picturesque.
Yes.
Oh, here.
Maybe I'm reading
Here you are
into
right
things.
here, Edward Bloom. We weren't expecting you yet.
What is this place?
It almost killed me.
Life will do that to you. And truthfully, the long way is easier, but it's longer.
I have to meet somebody, and I'm already running late.
Now, son, I already told you. You're early.
Oh! Hey, Jenny! Come back here!
Is she gonna throw his shoes on the wire? What does that mean? What does that do? I feel like this place is like an allegory for heaven or something like that.
Hey, I need
At least that's what it
those.
seems like to me
There
right
is
now.
no softer ground than town.
That almost rhymes.
What the hell is this place?
It's not a woman. It's a fish. No one ever catches her. Fish looks different to different people.
Oh God, my second worst nightmare. Leeches and bees. Keep them away from me. I don't like it here. There's not a single person of color. Inspector.
Roses
saying.
are red, violets are blue.
Don't trust it.
What?
I said you're quite a catch.
Is he thinking about what the witch told him about how you only become a big fish if you don't get caught? It's a very interesting choice of words.
Promise me you'll come back.
I promise. Someday. When I'm really supposed to. That night, I reached two conclusions. The first was that a dangerous path is made much worse by darkness.
Yeah, you should have probably at least waited until morning light, but...
I don't know if you're aware of this, Josephine, but African parrots in their native home of the Congo, they speak only French.
Really?
Josephine actually went to the Congo last year.
Just let your
Oh,
dad
so
have
you
his
know.
fun. Don't try to debunk. Honestly, I understand where the son is coming from. It would be frustrating to never be able to tell the difference between fact and fiction. But, you know, his dad is nearing the end of his life. Like, we don't gotta challenge it right now.
I had a dream where this crow came and said, your aunt is gonna die. But the next morning, my Aunt Stacy was dead.
That's terrible.
When the crow came back to me in a dream and said, your dad is going to die. He said to my mother, I've just had the worst day of my life. You think you've had a bad day, she said. This morning, the milkman dropped dead on the porch.
Oh, what an unexpected ending to that story. Oh my God, that's funny. That's good, that's good, that's good. That's funny.
You may think you've seen the unusual, but I've traveled.
Oh my God, Danny DeVito. I love your work.
They say when you meet the love of your life, time stops. And that's true. What they don't tell you is that once time starts again, it moves extra fast to catch up.
What's your name?
It's Carl.
Is Carl gonna stay here? Did Carl just find employment? We love that for him.
Tell me, Carl, have you ever heard the term involuntary servitude?
Oh.
Unconscionable contract?
Oh.
Nope.
Great.
No. I was just happy for him. Now I feel bad.
This I'll use it back to sign on it.
Aww. Carl deserves better.
Well, most men have to get married before they lose their wives.
I'm gonna spend every day of the rest of my life looking for her. That or die alone.
Damn, kid.
It's a bit intense. It's a bit intense.
You were a big fish in a small pond, but this here is the ocean, and you're drowning. Take my advice, go back to Puddleville. You'll be happy there.
Now, wait. Look, I'll work night and day for you, and you won't have to pay me. You just have to tell me who she is.
Every month you work for me, I'll tell you one thing about her. That's my final offer.
Employers really do be like this. It's like, I will give you the bare minimum, but I'm expecting you to do like a lot of work. All right? Thank you.
The love of your life, her favorite flowers are daffodils. She's going to college.
College? She's going to college?
It's not even like which college she's going to, just that she's going to college.
She likes music.
This man.
That time
What's
had
happening
come.
in there?
I couldn't wait any longer.
Mr. Calloway?
Seemed very not PG. Oh. Well, not what I was expecting. Not even close.
Her name is Sandra Templeton. She goes to Auburn. Good luck, kid.
Thank you, sir.
Oh. I'm just thinking about filming this. That was obviously somebody else's foot. Actors gotta do some
But it's all been worth it to see you here now and to finally get to talk to you. Because I'm destined to marry you. I knew it the first moment I saw you at the circus, and I know it now more than ever.
Not gonna lie, if a man came up and told me this, I would hate it. I'd be weirded out.
Edward Bloom from Ashton.
She's not weirded out,
See, I'm
though,
actually engaged
so
to a boy from Ashton.
maybe they actually are meant to be. Oh, this is a guy. Is that Roy? That is Roy from The Office. Aw, Roy. He does not treat his fiancées well. We know that much about him.
While I took the beating of a lifetime, it was Don Price who was ultimately defeated. All the physical activity had worsened the congenital valve defect. Put simply, his heart wasn't strong enough.
Looking at a Playboy, too. Could you imagine dying like that and being found with your pants down on the toilet reading a Playboy? That would be embarrassing, but you're dead, so I guess it doesn't matter.
He's almost a stranger and I prefer him to you.
Ooh. Burn.
And it seems that while my heart belonged to Sandra, the rest of my body belonged to the U.S. government.
Did he just get enlisted? Oh my god.
When I was offered a secret mission to steal the plans for the Wong Kai Tang power plant, I jumped at the chance to serve my country.
I mean, I guess he's operating with the assumption, or I guess the knowledge, perhaps, that he's just not going to die this way. So maybe it seems less scary for him to take on these risks.
Any of you got needs? I've had twice the adventure. I've cried double the tears.
幫幫得啊！
我哋點解要幫你啊？
Am I supposed to know what they're saying?
We put together an elaborate plan for escape.
說大少少間，
Bob Hope?
大啲。
Okay.
Did I ever tell you about...
Yes. The maple tree and the Buick? We've heard it.
I'm not done. Excuse me. Bring back my pancakes, please.
I told you 1,000 facts. Well, it's what I do. I tell stories.
You tell lies, Dad. You tell amusing lies. You're like Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny combined, just as charming and just as fake.
You think I'm fake?
That's harsh.
What do you want, Will? Who do you want me to be?
Just yourself. Good, bad, everything. Just show me who you are for once.
He is being himself.
I've been nothing but myself since the day I was born. And if you can't see that, it's your failing, not mine.
This is a complicated relationship.
Your father went missing. They thought he was dead.
Oh, that really happened?
Not everything your father says is a complete fabrication.
My prospects few, I took a job as a traveling salesman. It suited me. If there was one thing you can say about...
He's selling the hands.
Thank you, sir.
Handymatic.
I
Oh
could be
my
gone for
god,
weeks at a
amazing. I'd buy one. I'd buy 3. They look amazing.
It's me, Northern Winslow.
I don't believe it.
I was astonished to see the greatest poet of both Ashton and Spectre
Wow.
all the way out in Texas.
I want you to know.
So he also left.
And what are you doing now? I'm robbing this place.
So casual about it. They don't have money, do they?
There's no money.
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody.
It turned out that the savings and loan had already been robbed. Not by armed bandits, but by speculators in Texas real estate.
All right, let's go. I should go to Wall Street. That's where all the money is.
I knew then that while my days as a criminal were over,
Edward, thanks for the hand.
Northers were just beginning. When Norther made his first $1 million, he sent me a check for $10,000. It was enough to buy my wife a proper house.
Oh, could you imagine being able to afford a house? Ugh, I literally can't. Is he gonna go to Spectre? See what it's like? Yeah. Is this the little girl?
Hello.
From
are you
earlier?
Jennifer Hill? I've seen him with women. He flirts. He always has. And on some level,
Were
I
they
just,
having an affair?
presume that he was cheating on my mom. I just never had proof.
Why isn't she confirming or denying?
Look, I don't know how much you want to know about any of this.
All of it.
Fate has a way of circling back on a man and taking him by surprise.
Oh, wow.
A man sees things differently at different times in his life. Most of them had never seen Spectre. They only had Edward's words to describe it. That's all he needed. He saw them on the dream. His trust had purchased the entire town, with one exception.
I aspire to have that many cats on my front porch if I ever buy a house. That's the dream. Right there. And the framed photo of the cat. Oh, amazing.
You did exactly what you promised. You came back.
Yeah, it is the
I
little
was just
girl.
expecting you sooner. But Edward was not like most men.
Thank you, Carl.
The best part was coming up.
Oh my God, he gave her a hand.
By the time the twins and I had got to Havana, we'd worked out a whole new routine, using only a ukulele and a harmonica. No.
One day, Edward Bloom left and never returned to the town he'd saved.
Wow.
As for the girl, the common belief is that she'd become a witch, and crazy at that. She became something of a legend herself.
Well, logically, you couldn't be the witch because she was old when he was young.
Well, it's logical if you think like your father. See, to him, there's only two women. Your mother and everyone else.
You were born a week early, but there were no complications. It was a perfect delivery. Your father was sorry not to be there. And that's the real story of how you were born. Not very exciting, is it? And I suppose if I had to choose between the true version and an elaborate one involving a fish and a wedding ring, I might choose the fancy version.
I kind of liked your version.
I don't know that story, Dad. You never told me that one.
Okay, hey, okay, I'll try. And I see you, somehow you're better. Dad? You're, different. Dad.
Let's get out of here.
And I say, Dad, you're in no condition.
Get that wheelchair.
Well, what are you doing?
That's Dr. Bennett who tries to slow us down.
Gary, stop them!
This is very sweet of him.
No time to explain. Stall them!
Your old red Charger is there, but it's new, brand new. And I pick you up.
This is really sweet.
And somehow, you hardly weigh anything. I can't explain it.
This is everyone in his stories. Aww. This movie got me.
It's unbelievable.
The story of my life.
And the strange thing is there's not a sad face to be found. Everyone is just so glad to see you.
Goodbye, everybody. Farewell, adieu.
Oh my God. This is too much. Oh. He caught the big fish. Aww.
You become what you always were. A very big fish.
He's learning that these are like actual people. Oh, now they're all telling his stories. This movie got me. It got me. It got me good.
Have you ever heard a joke so many times you've forgotten why it's funny? And then you hear it again and suddenly it's new. You remember why you loved it in the first place.
So he said he'll fight the giant who is 15 feet tall. No way. Dad, that's right, isn't it?
Pretty much.
See? So he was a giant.
That was my father's final joke, I guess. The man tells his stories so many times that he becomes the stories. They live on after him. And in that way, he becomes immortal.
Aw. That felt very cathartic. Whew. Alright guys, we just finished Big Fish. And I really enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed it. I guess I had no doubt that I was going to enjoy it because you guys recommended it to me and y'all have been, like, you just don't miss. It's crazy. It's funny because when I was watching this movie, I was saying that I understood the son's perspective, and I still do understand the son's perspective that he had throughout the movie, but seeing the impact that the father character, Edward, had on those around him through his stories, and how the truth in those circumstances, it wasn't about the truth, you know? It was more about the experiences. I don't know if I have much to say about this movie right now, to be honest with you. Like, I think that I'm still kind of processing it. But my initial thoughts are that I don't even know what to say. I really don't. I'm like actually at a loss. I'm actually at a loss. Wow. Who thought that could happen to me? I really loved how they had the son, I believe his name is William, come around in the end, I guess, seeing the value in his father's stories and showing that funeral scene with all of these characters from Edward's stories come together and laugh together and tell stories about this man that they one knew. Like, it really goes to show that a story is more than a story and that there is truth behind fiction, and how at the end of the day, what's more important, I guess, you know, the truth or making somebody's day or giving somebody a good memory. Yeah, I don't know, it's a movie that makes you think about a lot of things. It makes you think about the way that we think about our lives, the stories that we decide to tell, how we tell them, what it all means in the end, the cyclical nature of life and death, and I don't know, just I guess what matters, you know? There's a lot that I'm thinking about. There's a lot that's going through my head right now. Like, I really don't have a coherent takeaway, I guess. I feel like this movie is going to take me more thinking about before I feel like I'm in any position to actually speak about it in a way that I would like to. I think any movie that can really make you look inward at your life, at your relationships, is a really, really special one. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I have nothing else to say. It also just makes you think about the power of storytelling, you know? Stories are just things that motivate so much of us, things that move so much of us. Why am I sitting here watching movies? Why are you sitting there watching me watch movies? It's because stories are very important, and the way that we tell stories is also very important. And it tells us a lot about ourselves. Yeah, I really like this one, guys. I wish I could give more of like a thorough outro. But I'm gonna be thinking about this one for a while. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I just rambled. So hopefully I can cobble together something that is coherent in the edit. But if I can't, sorry. I just have a lot to process still. As always, thank you guys so much for watching this along with me. I hope you guys take care, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.